Hello everyone. Today we are focusing on a crucial skill that can significantly impact your performance in IELTS reading, which is predicting the IELTS reading passage structure, how the information has been organized in the passage. Remember, time management is everything in the reading. Most students don't fail in reading because they don't have the right skills. They in fact fail because they fail or struggle to manage time effectively. There are many things that you need to look at for managing time, but I believe the most important one is predicting the text structure. Let me explain. The passage you will find in IELTS will have a particular structure and the information has a logical flow. So if you know which area to find the answer, it will save your time. The last thing you want to do on the exam day is that you're every time looking for the next answer, you're reading the whole passage again and again. So let's have a look why having an overall understanding of the text is crucial to managing time and how we can do this. Let's get started. Reading is often considered one of the most challenging sections of IELTS exam. Why? Well, for starters, it requires not only comprehension, but also the ability to find specific information within a limited time frame. Now, add to the fact that IELTS reading presents various types of texts, and each requires a slightly different approach. Time management is another significant challenge, with only about an hour to tackle 3 long passages and answer 40 questions, so every second counts. But perhaps the biggest hurdle is finding the right area of the text where the answer is located. Sometimes it's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Imagine this scenario. You're scanning through the passage, desperately searching for answers, but because you haven't grasped the passage structure, you're wasting precious time and increasing your stress levels. A student who lacks an understanding of the passage structure, they really struggle a lot. They waste their time and energy, leading to increased anxiety and potentially lower scores. So how can we overcome these challenges? Predicting the text structure is the key. Firstly, understanding the passage structure allows you to anticipate the flow of the information. By identifying key components, you can navigate the passage more efficiently. And by understanding the typical structures of different types of texts, whether it's chronological, cause and effects, problem solution, or compare and contrast, we can anticipate where certain information will likely be located. Let's have a look at this example. This particular text, this is about architecture, reaching for the sky. So if you look at the introduction, you have a clear idea that this text is chronological. It is aiming to describe and discuss the way changes came in the design and in the ideas about the structure. So if you see the first one, it's talking about the in the 18th and 19th century, and then this paragraph starts with the 1920s and 1930s. So this passage has been divided into different paragraphs, and each paragraph, or maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs, are focusing one particular era. So you know the information is about different styles that were used in different eras. This one is talking about 1950s, and then followed by here is 1960s and 1970s. So we have a clear idea about the development of the architecture over these decades. Now let's have a look at these questions. So this is a fill-in-the-blank questions, and there's a table for us, and you can see the period, style of period, building materials, and characteristics. So the information, this before 18th century, the question is about the building materials. So the question is asking us to write down the building material that was used before 18th century. So if we look at this passage, we know that this is where they are talking about 18th and 19th century. So the answer is right here. Let's move to the next question. Next question is asking about 1920s. And the question is the style of period. So we need information about 1920s. Since we already know the structure of the passage, we will go to the right area and find the answer. So the question was about the name of the style that was used in 1920s. So here let's see. By 1920s, architects throughout Europe were reacting against the conditions created by industrialization. A new style of architecture emerged to reflect more idealistic notions for the future. It was made possible by the materials and construction techniques and was known as modernism. So, do you see how the overall understanding of the text structure is helping us quickly find the answers? So in short, predicting the text structure is like having a map that guides you throughout the passage, helping you search the right area where the answer is waiting. So remember, next time you tackle the IELTS reading module, you must remember understanding the text structure isn't just about comprehension. It's a secret weapon for efficient navigation throughout this passage. Happy reading.